Hey guys, Jake and Sarah Sally with another episode of At Our Kitchen Table with Hearth Homes Realty. Today we are going to talk about the market shift to a buyer's market and what that kind of means navigating it for your buyer. In the last 3 years, we have seen totally a seller's market. So I'm not going to say they could ask whatever they wanted, but people were just, rates were excellent. They were just buying everything they could get their hands on. That's not quite the case anymore. Rates aren't so great. Buyers are able to be a lot pickier until they find exactly what they want. And so, what does that look like? Well, before we were maybe showing, if we were showing more than 10 houses, it's because we'd made 3 other offers and they'd already missed out, and these people were just chomping at the bit to get there. It's no longer that way. They're able to be a lot pickier. Their money's not going as far, and their payments are a lot higher. So people are kind of sitting back. And our motto has always been, "We look until you love it."
Yep.
But now we're actually looking until they do love it. And so that's been interesting. We had a recent deal where I asked the buyer just to walk away. And he wouldn't do it. And the seller did everything he could to hold the deal together. 8 months ago, 10 months ago, last year, that wasn't the case. Sellers were like, "Walk away, I'll sell it again 3 more times." That's not what's happening.
Well, and there was a lot to that house that had a lot of repair issues, and we had gone over there multiple times. Seller said to fix this, he didn't fix this, or didn't have it done properly, and this and that's and that. And at the end of the day, the client was purchasing it as an investment, and he went into it knowing he was going to have to do some things, but the some things then turned into a lot of things and a lot of big ticket item things. So at the end of the day, Jake and I are always about, we want this to be the best decision for you financially.
We're going to
advocate for you. So if we can see writing on the wall, we're going to share the writing on the wall. But at the end of the day, always know, we're going to be the advisor, but it's your decision at the end of the day.
We are not salesmen. We tell everybody that.
Yeah.
That would be an excellent example of that. So back to buyers. You are able to, the inventory is higher right now. I feel like inventory is not still at an all-time low, which is making people not
days
starve.
on market are a little longer, which is fine. We're telling our sellers that's totally fine. Buyers are serious. If they're out looking and they are qualified to buy, they're serious. But like Jake's saying, they have more options to go through, and there's not the pressure anymore of having to make a quick decision over a weekend of an offer deadline by X amount of time, depending on the price point. Buyers right now, there is if you're experiencing a very fast-paced market, you're looking in the $250,000 to $300,000 range.
Right.
Anything under $300,000 right now, people are like salivating to get them, especially if it's a nice house, it's decent, it's clean.
Well, if it's everything that everybody wants, we're still seeing a multiple offer situation. But it's not 10 offers like it was previously.
No.
But over 300,000, if you're in that buyer pool, especially if you break into the fours, things slow down drastically. So you're really able to just take your time and find exactly what fits your needs, which is always what we tell everybody to do. Look until you love it.
Yeah.
And so if that takes 5, or if it takes, if they watch this, 86 homes for our record breakers that we showed them. So people are like, "How did you show them 86 homes?" It's over the span of 2.5 months. But like I said, we look until you love it. And they found the right one. So that's kind of what we're seeing for buyers and how to navigate. We are seeing closing costs coming back. Buyers can now ask for closing costs to be paid.
Yeah.
And so a lot more incentives as sellers are sitting there watching their days on market stack up. They're a lot more willing to deal and make something happen because they've watched the last year or previous years, everything just flying. They're going, "What in the heck's happening? Oh my gosh, we've got somebody that likes it. What can we do to make this work?"
Well, and I think the same concept goes when I say buyers are serious. If they're out looking, they're ready to buy. Same thing with sellers. COVID, if it taught anything, people were buying because the interest rates were great and they could afford to buy it. People were selling because they were cashing in their equity. Now, if people are selling their house or they're listing their house, there's a motivation there. There's kind of a reason. They're downsizing, they're upgrading, something, they're moving, they're, job change or something like that. So know that as well. I feel like to say that there's a motivation right now in this market,
Absolutely.
buyers and sellers.
Yeah. So you're not motivation on both ends.
Yeah.
Motivation for sellers to do something,
Yeah.
and buyers because rates are so high. If they're buying right now, they're serious buyers.
Yeah.
So everybody take that into account. If you're thinking about selling, know that your buyer pool is different. It's not a whole bunch of tire kickers. They're actually willing to take on a 7% rate and purchase a home, and they're qualified. As always, we only work with qualified buyers. So if they're looking at a house, they've talked to a good lender, and hopefully it's ours, and we trust them.
Yeah.
So that is kind of what we're seeing right now. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of At Our Kitchen Table with Hearth Homes Realty. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'd love to hear from you.